I have a huge passion for fundraising. I love seeing God's money used for God's glory, and so that's one of my biggest passions. I have a huge heart to see people be free with their resources and feel the freedom of distributing them amongst God's people. And so that's really why I'm here, because I love fundraising. I would describe it as the hope is to bring men, women, and children into the kingdom of the Lord. And so the types of outreaches that we do, whether that's Outer Darkness, Metro Kids, or I Am, or even with ASOM, the Atlanta School of Ministry, we are bringing people into the kingdom, whether that's for the first time or we're continuing to keep them in the community. And so I think that that's probably one of the key things that is pretty intriguing about the Atlanta Dream Center, is keeping that culture of ministry, being the Lord's people, the Lord's kingdom. So when you look at each model of each ministry, you see this relational aspect of ministry. You see Outer Darkness, we go to people. Jesus went to people. That's how he discipled. He reclined with tax collectors and sinners. I mean, that's what Scripture says. The heartbeat is that we go to the people and not wait for them to come. Oh, come get love, come get finances. No, Jesus said, go out and make disciples of all nations. And so the heartbeat is we go to people who happen to be homeless and on the streets, or we go to men and women who are being exploited in the sex industry. We go to the kids and say, hey, like, there is healthy ways to have adult relationships and be discipled and mentored. And so, yeah, I would say very relational. And I think that Jesus was very relational in his discipleship model. Prayer support. I honestly, when the veil is unveiled, when you see someone who happens to be homeless or someone, you're just like, that's, they're either working at a strip club or you see them on the streets, I think the hope is that your heart would be like, man, what is their story? How can I pray for the Lord to encounter them where they are? And we do that all the time. And so that prayer support when we're going out, for them to encounter the Lord and for protection over that time that they get to come to know the Lord. And let's see, volunteerism, obviously. I mean, we have so many opportunities for people to get involved. Low barrier, meaning that they can just come in and do something, and then someone who can mentor people in jails. It's really high barrier. You're actually going to them and telling them that they're worthy. And so those are really big ranges that anyone can really fit into. And lastly, my fun thing is the giving, an opportunity to advance the kingdom financially. There's no way that we can do the ministry God called us to unless there's a financial investment. And so where you're investing in the kingdom, you're not just investing into Pastor Paul, you're not investing into you're not investing into the staff members, you're actually investing in the advancement of the kingdom. And probably one of my favorite images in Revelation is where it talks about, we stand around the throne. And I really believe that we're going to get to stand around the throne with those people who partnered, who financially invested in this mission here. And we get to look around and we get to see the men and women who came to know the Lord through that mission. And so, yeah, I just like keeping it heavenly focused. But yeah, investment is key. I honestly think it's kind of what I said before, is I absolutely love seeing God's resources being used for God's glory. And I am just a venue that it feels the freedom to ask, will you come alongside us? Yes, great, let's run. If it's no, you're called to something else, go do that. Yeah, I would say it's a little more personal for me. My story has some ins and outs of what Outer Darkness fights against. And so I love that they fight for a holistic view of not just trafficking, but actually it being commercial sexual exploitation. So we're talking about a broad view of not just men and women being sold, but also women and men in the strip clubs, and people having survival sex. I think that including all of that in the sex industry can really broaden a perspective of holistic care of the body. Because we all have brokenness, and very specifically without a darkness, there's sexual brokenness there. And so I love that they attack it on all angles. Yeah, it'll be my first time going on outreach with Compassion Night, and I know what they do. They go and they serve food with those who are individuals who are homeless or just are living on the streets. I'm excited for the chance to engage. I love the idea of the community apologetics, when you get to like bring people in at where they are instead of like, oh, you have to be this person to be with us. I really think you get to see a bigger view of the church when that happens.
Hi, I'm Pastor Chuck Reish. I'm the executive producer at Horizon Media Studios. It's a 501c3 media ministry, and what we're doing is helping other ministries tell their story. Homeless shelters and children's homes, Bible colleges, seminaries, mission sending agencies. With your help, we can continue to help tell their story, to inspire the world, to shine their light, and let God get the glory for the work that's being done in advancing the kingdom of Jesus Christ. Thanks again for praying for us.